Hi, my name is Kayla Crabtree. I am a senior and I am graduating in May of 2026. I have one sport management class left, and that is a sport management capstone class. When did I start looking for an internship? And how did I find this internship? I started looking at internships the end of my sophomore year. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was just looking at options. At that point, I had already had most of my classes planned out, and I knew that I had my summer of my senior year and fall of senior year open. I did not want to pay for another semester of school, knowing I was coaching, and that wasn't an internship, so I really tried to find something for the fall. I was lucky that someone came to our family business to pick up their items, and when my mom was talking to her, she had said that her husband at the park district had had interns in the past. She had said, "Let me talk to him and get back to you." So after that, I got his contact information and began talking about the internship. I contacted him in November of 2024 and was able to get everything figured out pretty quickly. I made sure it was approved by Dr. Sarf, and then once those papers were submitted, over the summer I was able to go into the park district and meet him as well as get a tour of the facilities. Then I was able to communicate with him that I wanted to make as many practices for softball in the fall as possible, and he was very accommodating of that. Who do you contact when you need help with an internship? So throughout the process, I was contacting Dr. Sarf to see if she had any internships, and I was also looking at different internships that were posted online that I was possibly interested in. At the time, what I had found wasn't going to get me to the 360 hours, so I just kept looking. But I knew that all the sport management professors could help with this, so feel free to talk to them and they can give you resources. As well as looking at North Central alumni on LinkedIn, you can find their past internships that they have done as well. So, a little bit about my internship. My internship was with the Oak Brook Park District, which is about 30 minutes from campus. So, because of my schedule at school, I wanted to make as many practices as possible. I started out working Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 to 5. Some weeks it was Monday to Friday, depending on what meetings were going on and the programs that were being held. Some weeks it was more, some weeks it was less, but I was able to attend a bunch of meetings, and I worked some special events on the weekends like Trick or Treat Trail, Wicked Movie Party, Veterans Luncheon, Cocoa Cabin, Holiday Express, and Harmony in the Park. So for my internship, I was very lucky to find something that I got paid for. This definitely didn't replace a regular job's income, but my internship was an hour from my house, there and back, so the money helped with gas. I ended up living at home during the fall semester so I could save some money. And then, like I said before, I ended up doing it in the fall because spring is busy with softball, and then summer I wanted to coach, so I would not have been able to do an internship on top of that. And then, am I taking any other classes while completing the internship? Yes. So, doing my internship in the fall also helped, so I did not have to fill random classes in my schedule. During my internship, I took a health class online, lifetime movement, and the internship seminar. Overall, it was 18 credits, and it was nice to have those classes all be online. So, what did I do at my internship? At my internship, I was very fortunate to work with almost every full time staff member. There were some days that I worked in administration, aquatics, with the fitness team, at the tennis center, with marketing, parks, and recreation. With my supervisor in administration, I was able to help write a grant that the park district got. I also worked to help plan a team building activity for all full time staff members. In aquatics, I worked on learning their new app they use for the managers to streamline operations, tasks, and pool tests. For marketing, I was able to help with the annual appeal as well as a big community event where there were over 40 vendors for the Oak Brook Park District birthday celebration. With parks, I was able to plant mums in the fall as well as help set up their winter lights walking trail display. With recreation, I was able to work some special events as well as work on some scheduling opportunities in the gym. I also worked with HR to come up with a new policy for my internship seminar class project. I was also able to work the front desk and do so much more. So, what's been the most fun and best thing about my internship? The most fun part of my internship was that no 2 days were the same. I was able to work with everyone, and the people at the Park District were amazing. What's been the most challenging thing about your internship? The most challenging part was that I never have done some of these things, like the app in aquatics. It was new for everyone, and I was the one getting activated and then was able to teach one of my supervisors how to use it. It took time, but I was able to get through it. I also did a lot of things on the computer, like making forms, making charts and comparisons, and using different online systems that I haven't used before. Who is the best connection you've made for a contact network reference when you're looking for a future sport job? All the sport management professors are great resources. And then I also have a boss who I run college softball camps for, and that is a great connection for me. What's one thing you would tell yourself or wish you would have known before starting the internship? One thing I would tell myself is to embrace the word intern. Don't act like everything has to be perfect. Mistakes are going to be made, and that's okay. As an intern, you are trying different things out and you are still learning. What's one piece of relevant information you would want a sport management freshman to know? One thing I would want a younger sport management student to know is to make connections. Join Sport by NC and volunteer at different events. Making those connections can take you a long way. Best of luck in your internship search and time at North Central. Thank you.